Aloha from Hawaii. Hello everyone. To celebrate Erin reaching 30k subscribers on her YouTube channel, I'm joining in the Scraplift challenge. Today's theme is don't worry, don't be scared of the white space. In other words, let's not be afraid of empty space. Let's have fun playing with it. I recreated one of Erin's beautiful layouts, so let's get into the video. Now, even if we're using the same layout, I don't think it means we have to place our photos exactly the same way. Everyone's photos are different in size and shape. Some are vertical, some are horizontal. So I thought it'd be nice to add a little personal touch and switch things up a bit. Here are the two stamp sets I'll be using today. Happy Hibiscus and Seaside Wishes. This sand dollar stamp is so cute. I actually have a real sand dollar right here. I just love them so much and I'm definitely going to use it. Now for the white space. I'm thinking of adding a few stamps that look like little pebbles, maybe even sea glass. Just a few scattered touches to give us that space some gentle texture. I placed the stamps onto these tiny little blocks. They're so small and so cute. Since there are 3 different pebble stamps, I decided to use 3 different inks as well. When it comes to ink, I realized that softer colors works the best here, so I picked gentle shades from the same color family because this page has a cool blue tone to it. I actually gave it a little test run earlier and this is what I came up with. Isn't it lovely? I've decided whether I want to stamp this or at the top or bottom of the page, but we'll see what feels right. I'll start stamping from the bottom and working my way up, layering the colors using each stamps. I created 2 different looks using the stamps, and today I've decided why not use both. So now, down at the bottom of the page, I'm going to stamp these pebbles. They look like realistic rocks under the sea. What I imagine here is the way the ocean reflects those beautiful shades of blue. Almost like sea glass. Soft, calming, and translucent blues. That's what I want to bring to this page as I stamp. Then, up at the top, I'm using a different stamp. This one has a seaweed-like pattern. Erin actually used this in her layout, so I'm borrowing that idea and giving it a little twist of my own. The top part of the page reflect the water surface, sea glass, seaweed, and coral, and give that perfect, peaceful underwater world. That's the image I'm going for. I'm using the same 3 inks here as well, but the key is to stamp lightly. Just enough to add texture without overlapping the photo. Because I'll also be adding more to this page later, and I want to make sure the stamps stay subtle and don't compete with the rest. That soft touch, that's really the most important part here, building the gentle underwater scene. After that, I bring something I've totally been into lately, pastels. Now, I actually practiced this part yesterday. I drew a few practice lines, thought, oh wow, this turned out pretty good, so today I figured I'd just go for it. Well, the first try was totally a fail. I started with 2 colors. When I went in with the blue first, it left a super strong blue streak which is way too bold. Pastels are usually really forgiving since you can erase them easy, which is what makes them so fun to work with. But this time, even the eraser couldn't save it. The colors were just too strong. I wanted something really delicate and soft, so I ended up redoing the whole thing. But even when you redo it, it never turns out exactly the same, right? And you know what? That's okay. Sometimes I think my very first practice version is the best one, but honestly, that's just a part of the joy. Each version has its own feel, its own personality. And discovering that is a part of what makes this so fun. I did the same pastel colors at the bottom. I wonder if I'll be successful this time. We're building on the stamp background by layering papers and photos to complete the design. The first thing I used was this beach pattern paper. When I transitioned from close to my heart to Stampin' Up last year, this was the first paper that really caught my eye. I remember thinking, this is it. Beach-themed paper, especially ones with soft, puffy textures, are just so easy to work with. They become one of my absolute favorites. For this layout, I'm taking inspiration from Erin's design, but of course, since my photo sizes are different, I had to adjust and place it to make it a bit more flowy. I felt it made more sense to shift the photo to the left side. I also added a second photo of the ocean, but the colors were so similar to the background that it all started to blur together. I printed it with a white matte, but even then, it felt a bit too soft. That's when I decided to add a second matte in deep sapphire blue. It's the darkest color in the pattern paper. It really helped bring out the whole page together and gave a sense of unity. Then I added a title. Lately, I've been super inspired by how Erin and Jayma use the Cricut to make titles for their layouts. It turned out really cute. Right below the title, I layered a little floral bundle that I pre-arranged. And on top of that, I placed one of my favorite embellishments, a sand dollar. This sand dollar is so realistic that when I first saw it, I thought, wait, is this real? The 3D is beautiful and it gives such a nice sense of texture. It's a gorgeous piece that really captures the beauty of nature, and I'm looking forward to using it in my future projects. Originally, I was going to keep this layout a single page, but it turned out the day the photos were taken was Mother's Day. And I had so many beautiful pictures from that day, and I just couldn't pick only a few. So I decided to turn it into a double page spread instead. The only thing is, the video is starting to get a little long. So I'll be sharing the second page in the next video. The next page is more floral themed, and I played a slightly different styles on each side to make it the double layout feel fresh and dynamic. I'd love for you to go check that one out too. Oh, and a little behind the scenes secret, I'm the one who's actually doing the voiceover. My mom is Japanese and speaks English, but she's a little nervous about her accent. She asked me, "Would you mind reading this for me?" And I said, of course. So for any future videos we create for an English-speaking audience, I may be the one doing the narration. And finally, Erin, congratulations on reaching 30,000 subscribers. We are not quite there yet, but it's truly such an honor to be crafting alongside of you. That's it for today's video. If you really enjoyed it, I'd be so happy for you to subscribe and check out the next one as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!
エリンさん3万人登録おめでとうございます。そして心もありがとう。日本の皆さんはぜひ日本語に文字起こししてご覧くださいね。これから英語でもいいよ、それとも日本語の方がいいよ、ぜひコメント欄からご連絡ください。それでは今日も Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.